Amongst, okay. All right. Okay, let me make sure we are live in the right place. It says I'm live. Yes. Okay. So I can never see the comments, so I'm going to put my phone down here. So hopefully I can answer comments in case. All right, you guys. It says I'm live. Oh, yes. Hold on. I got to turn myself off. Okay. Happy Monday. Happy Money Monday, everybody. How's it going? Ashley Dawes and Wes Bewley here. I am super excited that you guys get to meet him. He is amazing. Okay, so first of all, we are doing, I'm doing the list of all the a live of all the A-listers in social retail so that you guys can see, oh yes, like Wes Bewley is one of the best of the best. You guys are going to love him. He's like an entertainer. He's like a multi-preneur. I mean, he's got, so in social retail. So is this right, Wes? You have over 25 years of experience in this industry, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Right. And he has over 85,000 customers in social retail, 85,000 people in his business in social retail. He is a 7-figure a year earner, and he's got like a 10 billion real estate portfolio.
No, 10 million. I manage a 10
Sorry,
million.
10 million. That's what I meant.
10 billion. About to run for president.
Sorry about that.
That's all good. It's
So,
awesome. I shouldn't have corrected you. I should just let it.
I
Okay.
know you should have let it slide. I literally thought it was a million, but billion is, it sounds better.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do, you guys, I'm going to kind of do like a little interview style. For those of you guys who are new to me first, I kind of want to just share who I am in case you've just ran across here. Okay. And then we're going to talk all about Wes. But I specifically, so at the age of 19, I started having children. Okay. I didn't have like any specific background. I graduated high school and I started having children 19, 25, 27. Okay. And I was like 32 and all my littles were starting to go to school. So everyone's like, you need to do something. And I'm like, well, I can't do like a typical 9 to 5. My kids are always sick. We have tons of traveling things we have to do for the kids. So what can I actually do that's not going to take me away from what I need to do for my kids, which is like the number one priority, right? So a friend invited me to a hotel meeting, like a hotel party, right? I showed up and there's all these amazing essential oils and the room smells amazing. And I'm like, wow, like what is this stuff? Like I can support my family like health-wise with these, right? So I grabbed a box of oils, went home, told my friend, let's do this as a business. So I would like to say that we jumped in, but knowing what I know now, we totally did it part-time whenever we wanted. We showed up when we wanted. We grew customers, we did in-home parties, we did Zooms, all that fun stuff, right? And I was like about 7 years in. I was with my first company for 7.5 years. And in that company, like kind of business-wide, you had to structure everything perfect to get a paycheck. And everybody had to have a certain amount of money. And if they didn't do their order, you didn't get paid. And it was really, really hard. At the end of every month, I had to call everyone and be like, hey, are you going to do your order? Because if you don't do it, you don't get a paycheck. I don't get a paycheck. And they're like, no, I can't do the order. So I had to plug in holes. So I would spend like $800 a month to get a $1,400 check.
Oh
And
my
it was
gosh.
really rough. So as I was introduced to social retail, right? The biggest thing for me, right? And I know you're going to hear more from Wes, but the biggest thing was the dual-sided compensation plan, that I could just share the products, and or I could build a team. I could do both, or you could literally just share. It's uncapped income up to 36%. Amazing. So I'm like, well, if this stuff really works, like I'm gonna sell the crap out of it. So I lost 30 pounds. I got my gut health in check, my hormones in check. Started feeling amazing. About a year and a half in, I caught the vision. And I'm like, as I'm growing my MBA, like what I'm doing, I could show other people how to do this. And so now it's like where I'm still growing my customer pod, but I want to help other people do what we are doing. So I was so grateful when Wes was like, yes, I'm going to come here. I will come and you can interview me. Wes, I would love it if you would please share with us your whole journey to how you got to social retail.
Yeah. I'll do it briefly. Are you live on Facebook right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I couldn't see it. I was trying to find it, but anyways, all good. So guys, yeah, good to be with you. I won't tell you my whole life story, but I'll just share that, it's funny, when I grew up, my we all kind of have our belief systems based around kind of how we grow up, right? So my whole family were educators and nurses, and so they taught me go to school, get a degree, so you can get a safe, secure job with benefits. And so that was kind of the plan. I was like going to go to college and get a marketing degree, even though I didn't know what that meant, and I wanted to work at a marketing firm, even though I didn't know what that was. And I wanted to like dress like this every day and go to this office and do marketing stuff. I didn't know what that meant. It's like when you're 18, they're like, what do you want to be? You like choose something and you like try to figure it out. But um, so that's kind of the best advice I'd ever gotten was like go to school, get a degree so you can get a safe, secure job with benefits. And so then when I was 18 years old, it was the summer before college. I was coaching this summer track program, and there was about 70 kids in the program, and I was really just a glorified babysitter. They were young kids, and every day these parents would pull up, drop their kids off, go to work. There was one dad that could pull up, park his truck, and watch his boys work out on a weekday. And so he stuck out to me, very, very vividly. It was like he was highlighted to me. And it was funny because there was three other coaches in the program, and I was like, yo, who's that guy? And they're like, I don't know. One of the head coaches was like, I don't know. His name's Danny. He made $1 million selling vitamins.
Oh,
And I'm like, okay, so why are we not selling vitamins?
yeah.
But it's funny because they weren't curious, right? But I was curious. I always have this saying of like curiosity can make you rich. Those three guys were not curious. I was. And so it caused me to ask this guy more about his business and what he did. And turns out he was kind of he started talking about direct sales. And so I'm like, whatever you're doing, like you have the life I want,
Yeah.
like let's do it. So sometimes the fastest path to success is not to analyze every single little thing, but to look at someone and go, okay, you have the life I want. What do you do? And could I model it?
Yeah.
And so literally, whenever I got started with it, I basically forced him to enroll me. It wasn't like he pitched me. I was like, please sign me up. And I literally just listened to every single thing he told me to do. If he said, eat dirt, your business will grow, like, yo, where's the dirt?
Yeah.
And I listened to every single thing that he told me to do until I had the life that he had. I come from nothing. I had $41 in my bank account the day that I got started. But what I ultimately wanted is I wanted to be free. I
Mhm.
wanted to be the dad that could coach my kids practice. I wanted to, I didn't want to like get married and then see my wife for like a couple hours in the evening after I was exhausted.
Yeah.
Like what's the point of that? And obviously entrepreneurship is not for everybody. I appreciate people that have other passions. Okay. So this is not, I'm not here today, and Ashley's not here today saying every single one of you guys should do this. It's not feasible, right?
Right.
But and if this could possibly be for you, and it could possibly be for you if you're watching this, right? Because think about, what is there, like 8 billion people on the planet? There's a bunch of different Facebook lives right now, but you're watching this one. That's interesting, is all I'm saying. It's interesting. And so, anyways, I got into that business, but I still was kind of on this life plan of like, you got to go to school, right? I got to make my parents happy. And so I'm at Texas Tech University in Lubbock, Texas. And what's weird is about a year in, I have all these people that have college degrees, lawyers, nurses, doctors, pediatricians, whatever, that are joining my business. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, you guys have a college degree. Everything's supposed to be great. Why
Yeah.
are y'all coming to me for advice? You know what I mean? So that's whenever there was kind of started to be kind of this glitch in the matrix where I'm like, maybe my belief system isn't correct. You know what I mean? Like maybe a college degree isn't the end all be all. And so, anyways, that first business I was ever in, I basically built it to about 10K a month as a 19-year-old kid. And it gets really hard to go to college at that point, Ashley. It's like, it gets hard to go to class at that point.
Yeah.
And so I always have this joke where it's like, I didn't quit school. When you quit, you sign papers and stuff. I just stopped going one day. And um, it was a scary day, the day that I literally was in music appreciation class. I was about to take this quiz and I was like, not even paying attention. I don't even know what the quiz was going to be about. And I literally put my backpack on, said, I'm going to go to the restroom. She's like, why do you need your backpack? And I'm like, it doesn't matter. And I just walked out. got in my car, put on the song Free Falling by Tom Petty, and was like driving home, like both terrified and like the happiest I'd ever been in my life. And I had my ups and downs, I could tell you those stories some other time, but um, as time has gone on, like you said, I've been doing this for 25 years. It's a lot of times in our profession, direct sales, MLM, network marketing, you kind of see people come and go, kind of halfway do things. But you're looking at someone today who's been doing this full time for 25 years, and not only that, but I'm healthy, you
Yeah,
know, not only that, but I have a great relationship with my family, those are the things I'm proud of, if I'm
that's who they want.
if I'm super successful, but then I'm not healthy and my family barely knows me, how attractive is that, right? So, I just wanted to create a life. I don't know if this resonates with anyone watching, but I used to dread Saturday because I knew Sunday was next. And the reason why I dreaded Sunday is because I knew Monday was next. So there was 3 days out of the week I'm dreading. It's like 3 out of the 7 days of the week you're are causing almost depression. Like I got to do something different, right? So my main goal was to be free. But if I could be free and earn significant income, even better, right? And so
Right.
that's the power of this industry is you have the ability to earn something called leveraged income where I can take everything I know and teach it to you for free and get paid based upon performance of helping you get a result from the manufacturer. So
Mhm.
like the one thing I love about it is like if I enroll you, Ashley,
Mhm.
I teach you everything I know. You go on to build the successful business that you've built. It my the income that I make doesn't come out of your income. The manufacturer pays me that.
Yeah.
So it's truly an equal opportunity.
Hmm.
And in life, you have to look for things where there's an equal opportunity because I'll give you an example like real estate. A broker signs up an agent and teaches that agent everything they know. But because it's not an equal opportunity, eventually the agent leaves and creates their own brokerage. So
Hmm.
now what's worse is you've trained your competition all because you didn't give them an equal opportunity. So direct sales, network marketing, social retail, MLM, whatever you want to call it, people can say whatever they want, right? But it is the fairest business model on the planet. And the thing is, we kind of keep making these little disclaimers for people can say what they want, right? The thing that I learned at an early age is that 95% of the population is broke.
Yeah.
95% of the population. So if 95% of the people agree with what I'm doing, I'm probably doing the wrong thing,
Yeah.
quite frankly. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to be broke. I want to be,
Yeah.
I want to give my family everything I promised them I would give them. So oftentimes I can measure the quality of my decisions based upon if society doesn't readily accept it. If society readily accepts the business that I'm building, then I'm probably building the wrong business, is what I'm saying. So,
There you
anyways,
go.
that's kind of how I got my start.
I love that. That is
Yeah.
awesome. I didn't know that. And I love how you're like, you saw this dad dropping off his children, and you're like, well, like, I want to do that. And then you learned and you did it. Like, that's amazing. I like
Yeah.
the whole time you were saying that, I was thinking of the book that I'm listening to right now, Amazon Audible. It's Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life by Bob Proctor.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, that's it. Like, that's literally like changed your paradigm. That's amazing. The rest stayed. And yeah, that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, I don't know if you do this like full time. Like I do this full time right now, right? I'm in like the grind of everything. You have grown your MBA, your massive business and everything. What does your typical day um as a social marketer look like?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good question. It's funny because a lot of times people will message me and they'll go, "I know you're busy, you do so many things." And I'm like, "Nope, that's your own personal perception, like um to me success is do you have time?"
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm like, "Hey man, Ashley, I'm really busy, I'll try to squeeze you in." I mean, well, what kind of hope does that give you on your way up, right? Like, can't wait to be like Wes one day where he could barely squeeze me in because he's so busy. No, what happened when you texted me? I said, "Give
Yeah.
me give me two times, I'll make one of them work, if not both." It's like,
I didn't
uh,
even expect you to text me back.
yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like to me, you've made it if you have time. Secondly is, okay, what's your income? But who cares really, right? Because income, I could tell you guys my income, which some people might be impressed by, some people might not be impressed by. But I'll promise you this, if I gave my income to Elon Musk, he would freak out. He'd have a panic attack. So your income is relative, right? What I'm after is lifestyle. And I
Mm-hmm.
figured out a long time ago, I could live my dream lifestyle, you know, my dream lifestyle, 40,000 a month. If I could make 40,000 a month, oh my gosh, you know? And so now if you can't live your dream lifestyle on 40,000 a month, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You know,
Yeah.
how many times are you going to Vegas? I mean, what is happening?
Yeah.
But, but, I figured out a long time ago, 40,000 a month. Okay. Now would I like to earn more? Yes. Do I earn more? Yes. But if I could make 40, that was kind of the goal for me.
Yeah.
But again, it's not just making 40,000 a month or more. It's how you do it, right? And so I kind of put everything in like four buckets. You have fitness, faith, family, then, your vocation, your job, whatever. So I'm okay knowing that I'll only be as successful as I can be while taking care of my fitness, my faith, and my family.
Yeah.
And so in order to do that right, I have to set boundaries. Is something you and I were talking about earlier this morning, is like I have a rule that I only work 4 hours a day at the most. And the reason why is if I'm having to work more than 4 hours a day as an entrepreneur, then that means that there's not the proper systems in place. I don't have the right automations in place. Now, obviously, when you're launching a business like this, just like if you're going to run for president, right? I mean, you have to approach launching a business like this as though you're running for president of the United States. To me, again, if you want to get to that 100,000 a month, 200,000 a month income level, most people don't want to get to that. When I joined, I was thinking, can I make an extra 500 to pay my car payment? Because that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't, it took years to dream bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And I'd always tell people to start wherever they can because think about a big oak tree, or you live in Colorado, this big pine trees, right? It started off as just a wee little sapling, you
Mm-hmm.
know, but it's that dream seed. So it's like, what are your dreams and what's the vehicle that can help you achieve those dreams? The sad thing is, most people by the age of 30 don't even remember the dreams of their earlier years. They or haven't achieved the dreams of the earlier years. They can't even remember what they were. So what I did is I put together kind of a 4 hour a day work schedule, and
Mm-hmm.
that's max. Usually it's 2 hours a day. So the great thing for all of us is we have something called social media. You guys, I can prove to you that social media works because you're watching this video right now.
Right.
So we don't have to debate the social media work. And if you look at the biggest designer brands out there, even the biggest brands, Apple, Nike,
Mm-hmm.
Gucci, one of my favorites, Louis Vuitton, the majority of their advertising dollars goes into social media. Why? Because it works. And so when I started, actually 25 years ago, I didn't have social media.
Yeah.
Facebook was only for current college students. And Instagram didn't even exist. I was like back in the days of dial-up internet. It was like medieval times.
Right.
I had a cell phone, but it was like, it was like a brick and nobody else had one, so it was like pointless, but I felt like the man because I had a cell phone, even though I had no one to call. And so back then it was just all who I met face to face with. But now with social media, I can use that as leverage. So I'll wake up, make a post, and make some type of an invite. So then at lunchtime, and then I'll go work out, whatever. I do a lot of you know, just stuff I like to do. I have a lot of hobbies. And so then at lunchtime, I'll check my messages, I'll respond to people. Then I take my kids to school or pick them up. Me and my wife kind of switch out. By the way, one of my favorite parts of the day. A lot of dads don't get to drop their kids off. A lot of dads don't get to pick their kids up. So I love that. And my biggest dream in life was to be a dad.
Mm-hmm.
When I was like 8 years old, it was like I decided like I wanted to be a dad one day. So even just being a dad to me is living the dream. I've never understood men that don't enjoy fatherhood or run away from fatherhood. It makes no sense to me at all.
Right.
Um, I can't imagine being a man and leaving my family. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like, what are you doing, brother? You know, I know I feel like I'm talking to that guy, even though you have largely a female audience. So my apologies. But it's just, to me, being able to pick my kids up from school is like the coolest thing in the world.
Right.
And so then I'll hang out with them. We'll wrestle on the trampoline, whatever. And then I work for about another hour in the evening. That's a day.
Sounds like living the dream.
I mean, my gosh, so
Yeah,
yeah.
that's amazing. I love that. So now, can you tell us all why specifically with all the different businesses and things that you could have done out there, why did you specifically choose social retail?
Yeah, so I got my start in your classic network marketing where I was doing home parties and hotel meetings and stuff like that. And that worked really good back in like the early 2000s because again, what else did you have going on back then?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like if you weren't going to come to my house on a Monday night, what were you doing?
Yeah.
Especially growing up out in Lubbock where there was nothing to do in there's nothing to do in West Texas, So it's like if you're not coming to my little home party, bro, what are you doing? And now I can see where there might be a little bit more distraction if you lived in a bigger city, but there was no distraction where I was building my business. And so that business worked really well up until about 2010. Then the world started changing. You had Uber come out,
Mm.
you had Lyft come out, you had this concept of e-commerce start to happen, eBay, all those type of things. And then also too, just as a culture, people kind of didn't want to come to your house and get pitched on something. And now that I'm out of that industry or the old school network marketing industry, I look back, I'm thinking, how funny is it? I would invite you over so that I could try to sell you something for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And
I
you would
know.
come over so that I could try to sell you. Like it was bizarre both ways.
Yeah.
And I do think it's really cool to get people together. And obviously the concept is not come over so I can sell you something. But I'm just, I was kind of burnt out on that model and I saw it working less and less and less as a culture. The
Mhm.
reality is everybody on the planet wants to make money in their pajamas.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I were just joking about this a while ago. Like I'll show the audience, like, pretty cool up here, right? But then if I stand up, you know what I'm saying? Like we want to make money in our pajamas. So
Yes.
that's
You
that's the
never know what
reality.
people are wearing underneath all. You just see the top half.
That's
That's
that's the reality. That's the reality for literally everybody. It's like, okay, do I want to go to the job and submit TPS reports for my boss, or would I rather make money in my pajamas? Well, that's the answer. So the opportunity that can allow you to truly build a business online, that's the one that people would choose, or I think should choose. And I love bricks and mortar businesses, but me personally, I would never own a brick and mortar business that didn't also have an online component. If I can't make money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week during the golden age of the internet,
yeah.
what am I doing? And that's the thing is like the internet set everybody free. It's just most people don't know how to use it.
Right.
And they also don't know where to start. It's like, what do you do? Start with an Amazon store. Now you're like talking to China at 4 in the morning, trying to get your beanie babies over here. Like, dude, that's not a life that you want. What are you going to do? What I mean? Like, how do you make money on the internet? You're going to sell clothing on your Shopify store? Like, the last thing people need is another shirt or pair of shorts. I'm saying? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I talk to so many young people, especially, they're like, I want to have my own designer clothing brand. I'm like, bro, like, do something better, think bigger. There's bigger opportunities than Shopify.
Yeah.
And so this becomes a great thing because you have this manufacturer. So that what I call our business, Ashley, is an M2C opportunity, manufacturer to customer opportunity. You have a manufacturer that all they do is focus on making great products. Okay. Now, typically, if you think about this, think about the GNC model. GNC has its own manufacturing, but then they have little stores all over the place, right? Well, an M2C doesn't have stores. All they do is focus on, and they don't pay for marketing. They don't run ads. They don't run Super Bowl commercials. All they do is focus on making great products. And then they create an equal opportunity for you and I to market those products for them and get paid based upon performance. So, like, have you ever gotten an hourly check from your company, like for working by the hour? No, they pay us on performance.
Mhm.
So if we don't make a sell, they don't pay us money, right? If they don't ship products, if the manufacturer doesn't ship products, they don't pay us money. We get paid for causing products to leave the manufacturing facility, but because they don't have all the overhead of a GNC or a mainstream vitamin shop or whatever, they're able to reward you and I richly, usually 60 cents on the dollar. So that means for every dollar I bring in, typically on average, it's about 60 cents on the dollar that goes back to you and I. That's the greatest opportunity on the planet. Then, when you factor in the fact that the product is consumable, this is the secret because, you know, there's a reason why I don't sell cars. I love cars, by the way. Like, I think it'd be fun to sell cars. I'm not knocking people that sell cars. I think it'd be a great career. But the problem is you're unemployed until your next sale.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I don't sell ranches or houses full time, right? Because I don't want to be unemployed until my next sell. And the way I measure a business is if I went on Shark Tank, would they say yes? So if I went on Shark Tank, a lot of times what they don't care if you're making one-time sales. What they measure your business off of is something called continuity. So what that means is how much residual business do you have coming in? And so it doesn't matter if you made 100,000 last year, 1 million last year. What are you making monthly? That's how you value a business. So you think about this, we have this consumable product and your customer takes it, loves it, reorders it. You can get paid again and again and again for one initial effort. And not only that, you can get paid again and again and again 24 hours a day. So like I used to love this quote that said, you got to find a way to get paid in your sleep. Otherwise you'll work till you're dead.
Yeah.
So what a great way, right? Now we could go create our own vitamin brand and try to message influencers and get it out. No, no, no. Here's why. Because those type of businesses don't have something called legs. So I like this model specifically because I can give you an equal opportunity that I have. I can teach you everything that I know for free. And then I get paid a royalty based upon from the manufacturer based upon the performance, the volume that I help you generate. Everybody in life gets paid on volume. So it's a chance for me to be a real estate broker, but it's also a chance for you to be a real estate broker. So it's like we have an equal opportunity. But I love this quote. I think it was Norman Vincent Peale or J. Paul Getty. I can't remember who exactly, but they said, I'd rather have 1% of 100 men's efforts than to have 100% of my own. So what's so crazy about social retail is you have the perfect model in the internet age. You've got to figure out a way to get a business going online in the internet age, the golden age of the internet. And this is a great way because literally I can get someone set up, get them fully trained in 30 minutes. They can be getting their first few customers today.
Yeah.
They can, and we also have lightning pay. So they
Yeah.
can also be getting paid today.
Yeah.
Show me another business. Because the thing is, when you look at businesses, one of the questions you have to ask yourself is how quickly can I get this up and going?
Yeah.
If I want to start a Chick-fil-A, I got to go to like Chick-fil-A college for 12 months before I can even make a dollar. I got to invest half a million to a million before I can even make a dollar, before I can even sell one little chicken nugget. And here I can not have to pay half a million or a million, and I could be getting my first few customers today. Like the bank account doesn't care where it comes from, you know. Um, my electricity bill doesn't care where the source comes from. So then there's no style points for difficulty. And this is the thing though, is like humans choose businesses that other people celebrate. So, like, for example, if I went online and said, me and my wife just opened our first Chick-fil-A, everybody be like, oh my gosh, I love Chick-fil-A. I wish you guys were open on Sundays.
Yeah.
But if I said, we just launched our first direct sales company, be like,
Okay.
oh gosh, here we go.
Yep.
But you got to remember, 95% of the world is broke.
Yeah.
So if only 5 out of my 100 friends comment, now I know I may be on to the right type of business, right? So I like this model because it's You create leveraged income. You have a consumable product. You also have people that will teach and coach you for free and teach you everything they know. It's like, gosh, what in the world could we ask? What more could we possibly ask for? So that's why I've been doing it for 25 years. I've seen every business that there is. There's a lot of great businesses out there, not like this one. You know, there's not a person on the planet, if we had the same income level, but they got to choose my life, that wouldn't switch with me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So,
that's it.
taught,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's just
I
simple
love it.
logic for where I come from.
Yes. And that's awesome because if I did not already know that I was doing the same thing that you're doing, I'd be like, "Oh, totally doing what you're doing." You convinced me.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
That is
awesome.
awesome. So, all of you guys watching right now, okay, like we have our question, okay, we want to ask you guys. So, if we were to send you a 3-minute video, okay, that explains a little bit more about what it is that we do, would you watch it? Okay, if your answer is yes, now say you came here, you've been watching Wes, right? You're going to tag Wes below and comment yes. Or you came here to my page, you've been watching me, you're going to tag me below, comment yes. Or if somebody else invited you to this page, you're going to tag them below and comment yes. Okay, we're going to get you the information and we can see if this is something that could be a perfect fit for you. So now, Wes, I've asked you all the questions. Is there anything else that you want to say? Anything you want any way you want to close this out specifically?
No, I'll just say though, I mean, just in case your audience doesn't know, guys, so Ashley is one of the up and coming superstars in the whole company. I mean, I don't want to like go to brag too much about all of her customers because I want her customers, if you're watching this, you're a customer. I want you to know like you're super cherished and valued, right? But let's just say that Ashley is absolutely crushing it. She's at the top of all the leaderboards. She's the next big thing, you know what I mean? So we're all rooting for Ashley and her team and all of her customers. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. And Ashley, you're a great representation of the company, the brand, the overarching mission. You're just an awesome person. So I personally just look forward to see you keep crushing it.
Thank you, Wes. You're awesome as well. Thank you so much. Oh, thanks, Carrie. All right, you're so awesome. Thank you for being here. You guys, everybody give Wes hands up, claps, hearts, all the things like hashtag rockstar, amazing. You're amazing. Thank you so much, Wes. Super excited to see you at the upcoming events. And thank you so much for being here.
You bet. My pleasure. We'll talk soon, Ashley. See you guys.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.